Uraeus here, talking about my Garbage Pail Kids cheap toys. I'll go do a quick overview. So my cheap toys are about the same size as the original Chops Series 1 cheap toys. The colors vary. These are all flesh that I'll be featuring today, but I've tried to come in a variety of colors, and I can make just about anything. So I hope you enjoy. So to begin, explore Norman. Nose picking as a kid was always a funny thing. Had to have him. We have Windy Winston here, blowing out a saucy toot. He was also one of the characters in the Garbage Pail Kids movie, which, although it was awful, was instrumental in my youth. I think I rented that movie 3 times when I was a kid for my birthday, 3 years in a row. Whoa, my parents had some tolerance. Here's Roybot. I think out of all the characters that I sculpted, he's definitely my favorite one. If I ever had to, pocket him around town, or any of my characters around town, it would be him. Feels great in the hand. I hope you like him as much as I do. We have here Rocky Horror from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. As you can see, my chibis are all freestanding too. And the balance is a big thing. Here's a JDK. Definitely my favorite ghoulish Garbage Pail Kid, and a zombie for that matter. One of my favorite ones growing up. Charred Chad, also a big favorite. I never found a way to get him to balance. I never did resculpt his legs as an improvement, but maybe someday I'll try that. But he's sitting on a little car, but still has some pretty accurate card rendition here. Hope you like that guy. Cyclops. Here's a Minikin Cyclops to compare size. I actually like mine. I think it's a little bit closer to the card, but then again, everyone has their own preference, and Minikins are fantastic. I hope you guys collect them. They're new pastime. Oh, another Windy Winston snuck in. Cheeky devil. Here we have Ashcan Andy. He's one of the more popular characters of mine. A lot of people want him. As you can see, the flexible little wind-up key there. Star Wars was also huge for me growing up. Now here's Fat Matt. He actually had a makeover. The original from which this one was cast, his head broke off, so I had to sculpt a new one. And while I was doing that, I took away one of his fat dimpling areas here in the back. So the new one has just one big fat round lump, where this one has 2. So who knows, maybe the old ones will be collector's items someday. And of course the Valerie Vomit. Oh, love her. Loved how she turned out. Leaky Lindsay was the gold standard for size when I was making my characters, and so those two are just about the same height. I did all the measurements off of her, and these two can be the best of friends in any collection. Here's the little checklist that come with my characters, Series 1 and Series 2, based off of the old Tops cheap toy checklists. Let's scoot these over here, and let's take a look at Series 2 while we have some time. Fat Matt's right here. I don't have Fat Matt in Minikin form. Yes, I do. Here we go. As you can see, a little bit bigger. Mine's still holding the comic books from the card. I tried to be card accurate where I could be, but cute little guy. Loved him. Let's take a look who's next. Cracked Crystal. Also a very popular seller. This one right here is actually cast by Muscle Things, who was casting these for a while. And if you don't have any of Muscle Things products, you need to get one soon. He does a fantastic job. No mold lines, everything is fresh. He also sells Nasty Nick, which is a must for any collection. I highly recommend that you do some business with him. Highly recommend it. Moving on, Armpit Brett. I love that shaggy sister. I sculpted her with some pumps, and I even gave her some little back dimples. Gotta have, you know, some sex appeal, and even in the GPK world. Clark Shark, another painted one here. He's so quirky. I'm glad that the mannequins have one of him. I'd like to see what it looks like when he's available. I'm going to try to get some of the series too when they start showing up at the Fred Meyers here or wherever. Here's Snaky Jake. This one actually didn't make it into my Series A or B because I didn't know that he was a Garbage Pail Kid. I was commissioned to sculpt this guy, and things fell through, but he turned out very well, and I'm glad he's part of my little family. Let's see who else we have. Okay, yeah, Foul Phil, old version and new. The new version, you know, has a few touch-ups here. I like the little hair. I think the face is a little bit more clear, and even though the size is a little bit bigger, even though he's sitting, I don't really mind it, and I don't think that any of my collectors will mind it either. I think I'm quite pleased with the new version. And the old version, actually, the original got lost somewhere. Who knows? On to the winds. Greaser Greg, totally awesome. Small rubbery knife. Someday when I'll revise it, I'll have the chain, you know, sticking out and not actually attached to his head. Let's see, Murray Christmas, the very first one that I started selling years back. That's when I knew that cheap toys was my calling. Alien Ann, again, Minikins created his, but you know, I have the bodacious babe in his arms and the ray gun, so gotta get one of mine, right? Toothy Ruthie, totally awesome. Candy bar and soft drink in her hand because, you know, that's what causes it, right? And then last but not least, Mad Mike.